So the cylinder head is usually made out of aluminum or cast iron and is located directly on top of the engine block that we talked about before. Between those two will actually be a little thin piece of metal, and that will be called a head gasket. The head gasket is pretty much just going to be a gasket between the two to make sure that they have a good seal between them, and it will keep the oil flowing with the oil, the coolant flowing with the coolant, and it will make a nice seal for the combustion chamber so the gases do not escape. So the two main functions of your cylinder head is to, one, pretty much complete the combustion chamber. So before we talked about the pistons, that's going to be kind of the lower part of it. This is going to be the top part of it where pretty much all of the combustion goes into. And number two is pretty much just to house a lot of other parts that kind of connect and are held into by the cylinder head block. So there's lots of different parts that connect into the cylinder head. There's going to be kind of two different kinds. One is pretty much going to have like rockers and lifter arms and all that stuff. And the other one's going to be kind of just have the camshaft that's going to be doing all that work. So I'll be going over that more in future videos. But for now, we'll just go over some of the main parts here, which will include the valves, the valve springs, the lifters, the push rods, the rockers, the camshaft, as well as some passages for the coolant and the oil. You'll also have the air intake and the exhaust ports, the spark plugs, and the fuel injectors. All of those will be connected to the head cylinder somewhere and some way. So now each vehicle is going to have at least one cylinder head. So if you have like a straight four, which means again you have four cylinders that are going to be pretty much in one straight line, you're only going to have one cylinder block. It's just going to go over all four of them at one time. So now if you have a V engine, like a V6 or a V8, your cylinders are going to be pointing like this. Therefore, you're going to have two different cylinder heads. You'll have one for this side and one for this side. Now, if you have a big truck, like a semi or anything like that, they actually all have separate cylinder heads for each single piston, for each combustion chamber. Therefore, it's easier to replace and easier to work on. So there you have it, guys. There's a quick overview of what a cylinder head is and what it does, and pretty much all the components that kind of go into a cylinder head. So make sure to subscribe. I will be going through each one of those parts separately again in a future video. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.